Welcome back, guys. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Eddie, and we're here with A&H Sports. Today, we're going to start with a moment of silence.
Pele has passed away at age 82. He's been hospitalized for the last month, battling cancer for about 15 months. His family spent Christmas by his side.
He didn't forget to congratulate Argentina before he passed
He was also watching Brazil games in the hospital as well.
and wish them the best, and Neymar.
Facts about Pele. He is a three-time World Cup winner with Brazil, the only player to ever do that. Everyone knew who Pele was, whether or not they were into football, which is pretty amazing, the impact he had. What Pele was able to do with the football during his generation was way ahead of his time. Everything we enjoy watching in football today, Pele started. He played for Santos at age 15, debuted for Brazil in the 58 World Cup at age 17. He had a 20-year career. He had a kind heart and had time for everyone. Also helped the poor, born into poverty. He also did many positive things after football.
He's this known, and that was before social media. And despite he playing for Santos, he at least shined at the biggest stage, winning 3 World Cups. He was the youngest player to score a goal in the World Cup because he was 17. And then he also was Brazil's all-time record for 5 decades. I think the one that's broken now is Neymar, which is pretty crazy if you want to compare eras before and now. For what he was doing, I think his era, he definitely has goated attributes and goated skills because it took so many decades after for someone to break it.
He's currently the joint leading goal scorer for Brazil with 77 goals. That's pretty amazing. He also had 757 official goals in 831 games throughout his career.
Look at that goal ratio. That goal ratio is crazy. It's not just Pele. Think of all the greats that came after him in Brazil who never broke his records. There's Ronaldinho. There's R9. Kaká was good until he got injured. And those are just countless. There's a lot of Brazilian legends. Pele's the one who started that Jogo Bonito or beautiful football or the beautiful game. He didn't play in Europe. He had offers from Juventus, Real Madrid, 4 other clubs, but he said he didn't want to. But not just that the Brazilian government actually declared him as a national treasure, which means he couldn't leave the country. So even if any team wanted to buy him, because he was a national treasure to the Brazilian government, he couldn't leave the country, especially in the 60s. He said it himself, I didn't want to go myself, but even if I wanted to, the government didn't let me. Basically fascist nations in the Nigerian Civil War, and they stopped fighting for 48 hours just to watch Pele play an exhibition match. Just think of that. There's a war going on. Both sides cease fire for 48 hours just to watch Pele play a football match.
That's beautiful.
Not even Messi and Ronaldo have that type of power. Russia and Ukraine weren't like, let's cease this to watch one of these players play. And he's the one who involved the number 10. Number 10 was number 10. And the crazy part about that is when he gave that performance, I think it was against Benfica to win the Intercontinental Cup. And he gave his best performance as a number 10. And that's where that number 10 became known, and he evolved it. And then he also won it against Milan, despite him not playing in Europe. He beat Milan and Benfica, who were the UEFA Champions Leagues, and Santos with Pele beat them, and also won the Copa Libertadores in Argentinian soil. Pele scoring, I think, a hat trick in that game. Now, there's no Brazilian team since then that has won a Copa Libertadores in Argentine soil. One of the first one who played futsal, which is indoor soccer. He was part of that generation.
And mind you, he was doing all this with the field being bad. It's not like fields today where everything is nice and flat and the grass is well cut.
Back-to-back World Cups and skipped one year and they won the next one. At that time, they were discriminating on Latin American countries to win Ballon d'Or. If not, he would also have like 7 or 6. The Minister of Sports for Brazil. He was also black. Think of all the people of color or black people in football he gave hope to. Because, even today there's a lot of racism in football, and we know that. 14, he started playing with adults. He scored 58 goals in like his first season or something.
Everything we're watching now, everybody we're watching now, it was basically off of him.
It started bringing attention to MLL soccer because he came to the New York Cosmos. They said that it just happened a year after Maradona also passed.
It really is. The fact that they're always kind of compared with each other, who's the greatest of all time, and then now they end their lives pretty close to each other.
There's this great picture where he did also met Muhammad Ali.
He's such an impactful human being. He's a great human being. He's a top player, a legend, one of the all-time greats. What a man.
Thank you, Pele, for everything he did. Condolences to his family and definitely to the Brazilians because this was their legend.
Rest in peace, Pele.
We just asked you to watch this video and pay your honors to Pele. That's all we're doing this video for. Rest in peace. You'll be sure to be remembered in the game and in the world. Thank you for watching. Tune in to A&H Sports for more news on football.